Oh, sorry, miles away. Hello, I'm going to demonstrate how to set up voice chat using Ventrilo. Ventrilo is one of several options people have to chat outside of the chat tools in the game. It means you can pretty much mute everybody on the server if you like and just chat with your buddies. Anyway, we probably wouldn't want to do that. So the first thing you do, I guess, is you do a search for it. Not two L's. And you just go to Ventrilo and click on the download link. Decide what type of computer you've got. Whether you're 32-bit or 64-bit, or maybe maybe you're using a Mac or Linux. God, if you're really Mickey Mouse, that's the same as Etch-a-Sketch Linux. So there you go. Download your little program, and then you will get, once it's installed, a little icon. It looks like that, a little head. And that little head is the program. When you double click it, it opens up this window. Hopefully you can hear all the beeping and stuff going on. Now I've already got a profile in here, so I'm going to start a new one afresh. So I'm going to click that button there to start a new one. I'm going to call this new player. And you click OK. And then the phonetic basically means there's an option inside the program that when somebody joins the server, it can make a little ping noise, or it can actually say who the person is who's joined, as long as that person has typed in the phonetics. So, for example, this, if I put new player in here and press play,
new player,
or if I put round cat. Now, phonetics, what that means is that it's kind of like you type out how the word will sound. So if I type in 2, it probably will say 2.
2.
But if you type in
2,
it's exactly the same, isn't it? But you get the idea. So team for stress, I would go team for stress. Team for stress.
Team for stress.
There you go. It just it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but you should definitely put something in here because it's more fun. And you can put your description in there, whether you are a mod or a T4S or an admin or just a member. Nothing wrong with that. This is members only, so you don't have to put anything in there if you don't want. And you hit OK, and that sets that first box up. Next box is the server information. Here is our server information. Let me just paste it in here on this other screen. Oops, that's our server information. So when I click on here and go to new, and it's asking me for a name, so I'm going to call this T4. You can call it anything you want, just for you. Call it T4S lobby. It doesn't affect anything. It's only your personal what you want to call that event server. Hostname is this number here. This will all be on the forum, so don't worry too much. Copy that in, paste it there. Port number is here. Copy our port number. In my best tradition of making typos. Password. Now there will be a password allocated, which will be on the member section of the forums. We can chat about whether we make it public or not. And there you jolly well go. So that's it. That's all it. Bindings and all this business, you can get in, you can mess around with that, do some research into that yourself, so you don't need it. But when you connect, it makes that noise. Okay, so now you're in. So there's two people here. This Roundcat Mobile, I've actually installed on my iPhone a piece of software called Ventrilo. I'll just type that up here. Ventrilo iPhone app. This is I think it's £2.99, so it's like £3. It's probably about $5, something like that. Download it off iTunes. Seems to work very, very well. You can basically, it stays on all the time in the background, and you can hear people's conversations in the phone, and you can just be sort of on your phone chatting with us while you're not on the server, which is fun. You can put it on your iPad, you can put it on your iPhone. You can there's even an Android version. So for all the absolute imbeciles who have Android, they can enjoy that too. Not that we want to speak to you. So there's more. There's more. So it made that noise when I joined in, and you can actually alter it a little bit. Now, I'm not massively big on this, but you need to set up what key you want to press when you're chatting. Now, if you're a gamer and you have keys already bound to stuff, it's not about binding a key, but you don't want to put it on a key that's already doing something when you play your game, because it'll be infuriating. I stupidly put it on my period key or my full stop key, and every time I pressed the button, I was putting massive line of full stops into web addresses and into forum posts that I was doing, because I'm an idiot. So try and find an empty key. Recommend like one of the arrow keys maybe, or the control key or the alt key. So choose the key you want. Now this events page here, I would go through it. Currently it's set to play a WAV file every time these events happen. Now all TTS means is text to speech. That's it. So you want to set everything to text to speech. I strongly recommend you do that, because it's a lot more fun, because that means that when people join the server,
Connected to server.
if I've typed in my phonetics, like round cat, which I have, or new player in this case, it will say new player has connected to the server. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And it also means that when I change rooms, I have to close this down, hold on. Like here.
Now in the server number 1 channel. Now in the server number 2 channel. Now in the server number 3 channel. Now in the away from keyboard channel.
How cool is that? So she makes all these little announcements. Now something that's really good, if there's anyone in your group who doesn't like to use a microphone,
now in the lobby.
Doesn't like to use a microphone at all, and you know, arguments for and against that. But if you go into chat, and a little C appears next to your name saying chat, and then you can type in messages. And if you've selected, oh, it's not done it. It's not done it. Ah, enable TTS. There you go. Text to speech or something. So if I do this, so
hello.
So now if I'm on my mobile phone now. So if I just type in something in here on my mobile phone, chat, you can see Roundcat Mobile's gone to C. I can now say hello. I'm typing it into my phone.
Hello.
And what's good about that is that people who are typing, it converts what they say into audio. So I really like that. So they can type all they want for like her. This is a really cool thing to have running on a different screen, if you do use different screens, by the way. So there you go. I also put timestamps on just in case you want to take any mitigating circumstances against somebody who abuses you. Like I'm just about to get some abuse now.
You are an arse.
Oh, he's called me an arse at on that date at that time. I'm going to take him to court, sue him, and probably be proven wrong that I am in fact an arse. Right, so that is the chat thing. So you need that open. There was something else. Oh, don't get into this overlay thing. If you click this, that'll change. You know, see, I've got this like nice, funky, semi-transparent, blurred edging. I've got like I'm running a profile. If you click that, it goes back to the boring blue Microsoft setup. So that's really horrible. I don't really know what a lot of this does, but you can click around and have a play with it. It's very, very cool tool indeed. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. What was it? No, that'll do, I think. That's how you use Ventrilo. Oh, no, there was something. So if, for example, this guy, this moron here, You can't hear him. You're playing your game. You can't hear what they're saying in Vent. You've turned the game up nice and loud. You can actually right-click on them and go to Miscellaneous, and that is how it's pronounced. Special Effects, and then decide what you're going to do. So you want to make that person there. Add that effect, and you can just make them much louder. Much louder, by the way. So mess around with your levels. It's quite nice because you can do stuff like you can, if somebody's a real shouter, you can add some compression to them, and you can mess around with the compression. Or if you want, you can add a pan to them, and you can put them just on your left ear. Useful, I think. Yeah, so there you go. The only thing I ask is that when you use this, if you are going to start popping into the server rooms,
number 1 channel.
Whenever you change a room,
Now in the server number 2 channel.
If I'm in server number 2 channel, server number 1 channel can't hear what I'm saying. So if you're in the lobby chatting, you can talk about, if I could talk about new player, I could be in the lobby talking about new player wouldn't hear what I say. Just so you know, you've got that little
now in the
bit
server
of privacy.
Number 3 channel. Now in
should
the
you want to
server
start
number
bitching
1
about
channel. Now
each
in
other.
the server number 2 channel. Now in the lobby.
So there you go. There's an introduction to Vent. Super uber cool, and you'll be able to see who's using it by a live sort of feed on our forum. If I can find it. Let's just have a quick look here. So we've got like a live update here. This is the old one. This is going to be replaced. That is only live. It's not. It doesn't update live. It's just every time you hit refresh, that will update. So whenever you open the page, that would kind of stick at what it's set at. You need to hit refresh to see if anybody's updated on there. So sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. Okay, everything's looking very cool indeed. I'll put this into a forum post somewhere, and enjoy coming to join us on Vent.